News now
on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
O'Connor and Company.
It is 6:37 now on O'Connor and Company, a very busy Friday morning. Thank you for letting us be a part of your morning routine. Hopefully, though, today in particular, it's hardly routine as there's a lot going on in the world, and we're covering it for you the way you'd expect. It's 7:05. Brett Baer of Fox News Channel will be with us. 7:45, Bram Weinstein, play-by-play man for the Commanders. 8:05, we'll check in with Senator Roger Marshall. And then at 8:35, Henry Rogers of Daily Caller, latest on the Speaker fight. In fact, at 8 o'clock, we're expecting a press conference from Jim Jordan leading up to this morning's vote. So we'll get Henry Rogers to give you immediate reaction to that. Hey, Patrice Onwuka.
Hey, Larry. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. And joining us right now, it's Maureen Brody. Now, Maureen Brody is running for school board in Fairfax County. And boy, now more than ever, do we need a change of direction in our school board, certainly in Fairfax County. So it's brodyforschoolboard.com. Maureen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Now, you were president of the PTA at the high school that was formerly known as Lee High School, now Lewis High School. So you've sort of seen the operation here with the school board, with the teachers organizations and everything. What did that experience sort of reveal to you in terms of what you'll bring to the job?
You know, that was a great experience. I was privileged to serve there. It's our smallest high school in Fairfax County and our poorest high school in Fairfax County. And what I discovered going in was that it was kind of meant to be that way. The school board itself had kind of carved off the wealthier white neighborhoods and allowed the school to fall below a certain pupil head count, which meant that our resources were denuded. So we lost AP, we lost higher level languages and sciences and that kind of stuff. And when I came on board as PTA president, there was already a parent coalition working, but really crashing into that lead wall that is formed by the school board and by the superintendent's office. And so I just kind of worked hard to get the superintendent's office and the school board to sit down with us, hear our concerns, and actually take action. And we succeeded in a lot of ways, but once that pressure subsides, things go back. And I recently just heard from a teacher from the school who said, no, all those advances have been kind of abandoned now. So you can see how important it is to have people on the inside with the levers of power who are going to stay on top of this stuff and advocate for the students and the families of Fairfax County. Right now, that's not happening.
Well, Maureen, it sounds like you've just made a plug for, why you're running for school board, what you're able to bring to the table. But talk to me about what you think is the most pressing issue. It sounds like there are a lot on the table, but what do you see as the most pressing issue, and what do you want to do to handle that?
You're correct that there are a lot of issues, but I would say the loss of learning right now and the main thing that what we're finding is that the people who created the problems, which is the school board, and by the way, some of the people who are running are our former school board members who are the architects of all these problems. But what I'm saying is that, I don't know, if when you style a 4-year-old's hair and, they come home from daycare 8-9 hours later and you can't figure out how to get these rubber bands out because the hair is such a mess. And you feel like, okay, I'm just going to have to give this girl a buzz cut. But actually, that is kind of the situation that they're in right now. They've created this hairdo, and it's turned into a rat's nest, and they're inside, and they don't know how to fix it. So what we really need is just people from the outside who are seeing this from a universal perspective and know exactly how to untangle the mess. And I think that's what we need to do. And that comes regarding loss of learning. We have a curriculum that's not focused on remediating that loss of learning. We're graduating. 25% of our student population is graduating without reading on grade level.
Goodness.
Yeah. And so anyway, there's teachers is another issue. We were losing teachers. We're bleeding out on teachers. Yeah. And there are reasons for that. Bad recruiting, bad training once they're in there. So anyway, I could get into the weeds, but the problem is, I would say, who was the person who said it's a vision thing? I don't think they have. I just don't think they have the vision, and they're so deeply inside the rat's nest they can't see how to get out.
They have a vision, but it doesn't prioritize curriculum. It doesn't prioritize parents.
Yes.
Their vision is just really off the path there. I'm perusing BrodyForSchoolBoard.com, and you do lay out in broad strokes the vision thing, and I appreciate it. One in particular, refocus curriculum and fundamentals. Students will graduate ready to serve the country, earn a living wage, or get a degree. Now, first of all, I love the order in which you placed those.
Yes.
But what's interesting to me is that this is a revolutionary idea, and yet it's not. This was literally exactly why America decided in the late 19th century to start a public school system, so that our students would graduate with patriotism, ready to serve the country, earn a living, or, if in the rare occasion, go on and get an advanced degree. How quickly do you think you can instill that sort of mindset again?
Almost immediately, I think, because the parents themselves and the students overwhelmingly want this. I can't tell you how many students walk out of school every day after first period. And I used to ask them when I was PTA president, I would sit out there and I would ask them, what's this about? They would say, this is a waste of my time.
Right,
I don't want to be here.
Because everything they're doing right now is shot through the lens of equity and inclusion and not through learning.
That's correct. And they would tell me they could learn more on Discord and YouTube and podcasts than they were learning in the classroom. Yeah. So, and a lot of them go out and do actually, use YouTube and learn mechanical skills and things that they need. So my proposal to them was, if you were able to go, through 10th grade, getting your basic education, and then 11th and 12th, pick, do you want to go to a college track or do you want to go to a vocational track? And by vocational, people think a lot of times just plumbers and the trades and, electrical and that sort of stuff. But I said, no, you can, in 2 years, you can get an insurance brokerage certificate. You can get a paralegal certificate.
That's right.
And you can walk at allied healthcare certificate. You can walk out of school with an actual professional certificate and walk into a job that starts at $35,000, $40,000 a year. And they were like, no, that's exactly what we want.
Right. And you'd actually contribute to our community, which is the whole point. Maureen Brody, we have to leave it there. She is not a carpetbagger who's just flying into Fairfax County School Board to further her political ambitions. She was born here. She lives in Springfield. She graduated from Madison in Vienna, and she was PTA president, as I said, at Lee High School. She's experienced, and she sounds like she's really got her head on straight in terms of what our school system in Fairfax needs to get back to. Maureen Brody, good luck on this campaign, and thank you even for running, because that's the first step, is getting good people like you to run for these offices so we can have these conversations and have a choice.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
It is BrodyForSchoolBoard.com. Maureen Brody. Come on, Fairfax. Voting going on right now. Get on the ball. We can make this